Hello Gemini, and welcome to my channel Ragean's Intuitive Tarot. I hope you're doing very well out there. Gemini, we're going to dive right in and get Spirit's messages for you. Please remember that these are general readings. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try to force it to be your story. And Gemini, also, the energy can be yours or somebody you're dealing with. So again, you know better than I do. Tarot and all of that is like a big puzzle, and we're just trying to put the pieces together. So Gemini, we have at the center of your reading the Pleasure card with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups often talks about, things from the past. It can talk about your childhood, things that brought you joy when you were a child, things you're nostalgic about. It can talk about, our rooted belief systems, because a lot of that comes from family generations, comes from parenting, comes from, so the center of your reading has to do with somebody or something from the past, whether it's a person, a place, an idea, a thing, something from the past. There's something from the past that you need to take a look at, because there's something, it needs to be addressed, it needs to be worked through in some way. And I feel like there's an element of urgency to the situation here, Gemini. And I feel like you're going to be happy you did it. So let's see here. Gemini, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Moon card. And I'm kind of feeling, Gemini, like you could have broken away from a family unit. You could have broken away, this is kind of like breaking a generational cycle, a generational, it's going off on your own, turning your back on the family possibly, and no judgment here. They could have been toxic or something like that, and you went down a new path. And I feel like with the Moon card, it's like you kind of lost touch with them. You don't know what's going on with them in some way. They don't know what's going on with you. And now we have the King of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Devil card. So I'm feeling like either it could be your father could be ill or something. I feel it's like you cut yourself off from the family. You're not aware of what's going on with them, but maybe somebody in the family has fallen ill. The King of Swords is somebody who's very discerning, could be somebody who's, very cold, very military-like, very structured in some way. With the Devil card, they could have been very toxic, very oppressive, and that's why you left the situation. Something was controlling in a way. But I feel like there is a need for healing, whether there's a need for you to mend fences with family members. It's time, the universe is saying it's time to forgive and forget. It's time to put things in the past. It's time to heal some sort of situation, because whatever this situation is, it could be blocking you, it could be blocking the whole family from moving forward. It's just could be bringing some, and everything is energy. Energy flows. And if we're holding on to grudges, if we're holding on to hatred, if we're holding on to, then things aren't flowing. Something's not flowing. Something's too oppressive, too critical here. And I feel like the universe is saying, you guys need to change something. You're missing out on a lot of blessings. You're missing out on time. You're wasting time and happiness on, on being selfish. The Hermit card is not usually talking about selfish, but it's about going within, looking within, finding answers in some way. And I'm just feeling like in the situation, somebody's got too much pride, too much ego. They don't want to, they're holding on to a grudge, or they're not willing to let go of something. They've been doing fine on their own. And we do have the Tower moment and the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. So yeah, this is feeling very personal here. It's almost like somebody is coming to the end of their life possibly and wants to heal something before it's too late. It's like their dying wish is to make things right, to get everybody to see that they're sabotaging by holding on to negative emotions, that it's time to tend the garden. It's time to, make apologies. It's time, everybody needs to do whatever it is necessary to balance out the scales, to grow the F up and get over it. Excuse me, don't shoot the messenger. The King of Pentacles talks about, talks about apologies. It talks about reunions. It talks about forgiveness. It talks about starting over, new beginnings, rebuilding something that is solid and stable and loyal and loving and abundant and prosperous. We have harmonious change. It just takes somebody to take the first step, to make the first move, to bring something to an end and start over, to bring peace and balance. Getting back to the abundance of the family, togetherness, the oneness. So beautiful message, Gemini. If that resonates with you, I would love it if you would hit that thumbs up, the subscribe, the little belly thing. If not, check out some of your other signs. Might just not be your story today. Come back another time, and definitely the best way to know is to order a personal reading. So I wish you all of the best, and I will catch you next time.